My name is John Paul Ruiz of the Entrust Group. With a growing array of investments available to retirement plan investors, moving IRA assets from different types of financial institutions as well as different types of IRAs is essential. However, the core knowledge of the different ways to move assets in the retirement space is something that an IRA investor may not be familiar with, and that's where the investment advisor comes in. The quarterback, or the one that guides an IRA investor on how to facilitate the process of moving assets to and from retirement plans to avoid the pitfalls such as taxation and penalties. We're going to talk about two different ways to move assets in the retirement space, mainly an IRA. Unlike employer-sponsored plans where there is the employer that could help guide the plan participant in moving their assets to another plan or an IRA, the IRA holder is relying on other experts such as the investment advisor, their tax consultant, or legal consultant to assist them in guiding them through the process of moving their retirement plan assets from one custodian to another. Whether it be the IRA holder is trying to avail of a different investment, which means they have to move it to another custodian, or in some cases they may not have a choice. A custodian may have decided to resign from being the custodian of an IRA in which an investment is no longer something that they would want to carry. Nonetheless, it would require moving IRA assets. Now, there are two ways to move assets in the IRA space, one of which is what we call a transfer, and the other one is a rollover. In a transfer, it is a non-taxable, non-reportable movement of assets between like plans. When I say like plans, we're talking about a traditional to traditional, Roth to Roth, or a simple to a simple IRA. Now, in a transfer, the individual does not take constructive receipt of the funds, meaning the financial institution works out an agreement to send the assets directly from the one financial institution to another, thus avoiding taxation as well as reporting. In other words, it's not reported to the IRS. That is the most ideal way to move retirement plan assets if all they want to do is to move it from one financial institution to another. In some cases, however, the IRA holder may have inadvertently asked for a distribution of those retirement plan assets in the effort to move it to another financial institution. As a matter of fact, in some cases, the IRA holder may not have had a choice, meaning some custodians who decide to resign from being the custodian of a person's IRA, therefore they give the IRA holder a certain time frame, sometimes 30 to 90 days, for the IRA holder to determine where they would want to move the assets. After that time lapses, most IRA custodians will in turn distribute the asset. Therefore, now we have a distribution. In a distribution, there is typically a 10% withholding rate. However, the IRA holder can choose to waive out of that 10% withholding rate. An amount withheld is sent to Uncle Sam. As an example, if an individual takes a $1,000 distribution, their check will only be for $900. The $100 that is withheld is sent to the IRS. Now, if an individual decides that they don't want to get taxed on the amount distributed, they have a statutory time frame of 60 days to put it back in. In other words, they have 60 days to roll over those assets. Now, 60 days start from day one, which is the day after they take constructive receipt of the funds or the asset itself. From there, the individual must put back those assets within a statutory time frame of 60 days. Now, keep in mind, in some cases where withholding does apply, if the IRA holder does not want to get taxed on the amount of the distribution, the amount withheld must be made up out of pocket. In my example, that $100 that was sent to Uncle Sam must be made up out of pocket to avoid taxation as well as additional penalties if the individual is under the age of 59 and a half. Along with the 60-day restriction, the individual is also limited to only being able to roll over one distribution within a 12-month period. And that means if an individual takes a distribution from a traditional IRA as an example and decides to roll that amount back, they are prohibited from rolling back in any other distribution within a 12-month period from when that original amount was actually distributed. In other words, if an individual takes multiple distributions, they're only allowed to roll back one of those distributions within that same 12-month period. I hope you find these tips helpful for you as an investment advisor in guiding your clients through moving retirement plan assets in the IRA space. Again, my name is John Paul Ruiz of the Entrust Group.